Hello. What is up, people of the internet? Let's see who we have here today. We've got Issa, we've got Faye, and we have Koa, who is currently staring. How's everybody doing? Oh my god. I skipped this one last week. I skipped this stream last week because I didn't feel like doing it. But I can't skip it again, unfortunately. I just got out of the mines. Nice. I feel so bad. EP just grinding grounded, which I got on Steam sale. I haven't seen you in a minute, Faye. It's been a hot second since you've been in chat. Thank you for showing up. Are you having fun with the grounded? I didn't really like grounded, but are you having fun with it? Yeah, sorry, I avoided the Deltarune streams for spoilers. I'm enjoying it, but it's very hard. That's fair, honestly. A lot of people avoided the Deltarune streams for spoilers. Just kind of hoping that the VODs do well, really, if anything. But yeah. And I'm officially done promoting the new video, so now I'm gonna let it rest. No more promotion. Just let it do its thing now. Yeah, I didn't really like Grounded. I thought it was kind of a meh game, but I also don't like survival games very much. Yeah, I'm not a very big survival game guy. You probably won't see me playing anything like Rust or anything. The most that I like is like Terraria and Minecraft. But that's more like, you know, what is it? What is it? More like a sandbox thing. I like survival games, and Grounded is one of the most unique ones I've seen, but I get it. They're not for everyone. See, my friends seem to really think that everybody loves survival games, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't really like these things, guys. But that's just me. Hey, gentlemen. I always do these at night, and it's kind of funny because I'm always like really kind of tired. Like the last thing I want to do is read. So maybe I should pick a different time slot for these sometimes. I don't know. I want to finish this thing, though. I do want to actually finish this visual novel, but it'll take a while. I mean, I fully expected it to take a while. Not gonna sit here and act like it's not gonna take me a while. But, you know. But either way, I also need to make the schedule for this upcoming week, which will be a really kind of a strange week. There's not really gonna be much going on. Since, you know, there's a lot of things I'm doing this week, but a lot of it isn't gonna be streamed, so But I'll go over that more as we get later into the week. I don't even know if half of the stuff that I'm doing this week has even been announced, so I'm not gonna say too much more. But I'll post what is it? I'll post links to where they'll be streamed, so then people can see that. All right, but let's actually, you know, go read. Last time we read was at the end of June. So if I remember correctly, we were being Aoko and Sojiro are being chased by like this mecha puppet that has like crazy powers and is way stronger than Aoko. So they have to like run away and get out so they don't die. I don't think if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is what, 2 weeks ago? I have to fucking fit Fragpunk in. Ugh! Alright, I have to figure out. I'm gonna figure all this out later. At the center of the second floor is a stairway down to the first floor, which I destroyed earlier so you couldn't use it. But there's another path that leads to the right. Like this place is taunting you by design. It's a secret shortcut that only the hardcore fans know about. The hardcore fans, I'm crying. If you search carefully, you can find a way to the stairs down to the first floor. Now do as I say and go on without me. Aoko turned her back to Sojiro and started walking in the opposite direction of the escape route and down the long corridor toward the puppet in pursuit. That thing will kill anything it sees, so I have to destroy it here and now. It's okay for two mages to fight each other, but dragging normal people into the conflict is strictly forbidden. I'm the target, so this is the best outcome for everyone, don't you think? If Aoko won, the puppet would be destroyed. If Aoko lost, its objective would be complete and it would shut down. Either way, them going their separate ways would mean Sojiro survived. This is what Aoko meant, though she explained it as if the events were happening to totally different people. If you're lucky enough, you'll make it back to the gate in one piece. One piece! So, see you tomorrow then. Even Sojiro could tell she was just trying to act tough. She had already disappeared around the corner by the time he thought to stop her. Damn. Well then. Mentally, Aoko bemoaned the disaster she was in. The quality of this puppet was on a completely different level compared to the one from the park 2 days ago. An auto-incanting perpetual motion machine was a rarity in of itself. But this puppet was also equipped for battling with its extending arms and Gandor projecting crystalline eyes. It was a first-class product that, if put on the market, would sell for hundreds of millions of yen. Although that was only when factoring in its value as an antique. For the purposes of combat, it would have made more sense to mobilize a significantly less expensive familiar. To use such a precious commodity as a tool for murder marked this puppet's master as a completely different breed of crazy from the enemies she had faced up until now. Here it comes. The sound of a crackling music box filled the air. The automata, animated by its own curses, approached. The corridor measured approximately 30 feet in length. Aoko lay in wait around a corner furthering down the hall, anticipating the puppet's appearance. This was not to buy Sojiro time to escape. Far from it. Aoko had concluded that she couldn't make a break for it under the current circumstances. Even if she did try to escape, and, by some miracle, made it out of the House of Mirrors, that was as far as she would go. Outside, with no cover, Aoko would quickly be overtaken and skewered from behind. As long as her magecraft was disabled, escape was impossible. Instead, she chose to force the enemy back. Her situation was not the most favorable, but neither was the puppet's. Though this narrow hall gave Aoko no place to run, it, in turn, prevented the puppet from reaching full speed. That was the weak point of this machine. Automata? How do you even say that word properly? Automata? Automata. Saying it like Cecilia. Or at least I'm trying to. Obviously it's not working. Wait, what? No? What? Hang on. Wait, am I being stupid or... No. The f... Oh my god. You're joking, yeah. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god. Holy, dude. Holy. Holy moly. Clipped. Actually clipped. Sorry about that. Actually, wait. Let me figure out how to say this word actually properly. Hang on. Automata. Pronunciation. Automata. Automata of its era had a tendency to struggle with minute changes in speed. I'll just let her say that, Loke. Meo de noche. She flowed energy into her shorted circuits. Her blood flow and magical energy supply were unstable. It would be difficult to construct a formula in this state. All she could do was harden her right arm by imbuing it with as much energy as she could. Doing so turned her arm into an improvised weapon, like a hammer or a bat. Assuming she could manage to get into close combat range, this was the best she could do. All she needed now was a plan of attack. The question wasn't what weapon to use, but how to use the weapon she had. The simplest way would be to use the mirror's reflection to hide and then rush the puppet from its blind spot, except for one major problem. It did not have a sense of sight in the first place. The puppet's view of the world around it did not stem from visual feedback, but from mapping the typography of its surroundings. In theory, it was the same as a bat's echolocation. The environment could be measured based on the emission and return of high-frequency sound waves. Those chants served as sensor pulses. As far as the puppet was concerned, the mirrors were no better than transparent panes, making even the thought of an ambush laughable.
近づけば近づくほどよりリアルに察知される。本当は遠距離からの狙撃が最適なんだけど、ガンドを撃ってくるならフィンの一撃ぐらい隠してるわよね。
The closer it gets, the more it's able to sense me. I'd really rather fight it at a distance, but if it's shooting Gandor, it's probably got at least a fin shot up its sleeve too. Gandor was Scandinavian in origin, and, concerning its simplicity, highly versatile. It was most effective at impairing a target's health by pointing a finger. As a single-action magecraft, it was limited to only causing illness. But there was a secret technique said to be the greatest mastery of a Gandor shot. The fin shot. It could do more than cause simple illness. It's a deadly curse that could stop the heart. The wound on her back set her nerves on fire. An unarmed girl and a deadly automation. Automaton. Oh, I'm really making sure to save this then. Hold on. No way she purged that. I'm fucking dead, yo. That's funny. That's dead funny, yo. That's so funny. Anyways. Actually, wait, can I do it? I can. Wait a minute. Here we go. Anyways. It was clear that she was the one destined for death. She considered her slim chances of survival when... Gasp! A vision sent chills down her spine. Quietly, using everything she could to clamp down on the feeling, Aoko faced her all too familiar illusion. She clenched her teeth to keep them from making a deafening clatter. But there, a sensation of fingers crawling up her neck. Behind her, the specter stared and laughed. This alone made Aoko want to bolt. On top of it all, when Aoko tried to mentally stimulate the coming fight, she estimated a 2 in 10 chance of dying in the first 5 seconds. 20%. At times, her predictions were harsher than reality. If Aoko fought the puppet 10 times, she would die twice. She could not stop herself from visualizing her own corpse. She imagined herself collapsing, crumpling under the puppet's curse. Her eyeballs swollen like a blowfish, blood and other fluids oozing from every bodily orifice. 1 in 5. 1 in 5. 1 in 5. A 1 in 10 chance of death was bad enough, but 1 in 5? It drove her crazy. But Aoko forced down her heart as it tried to escape from her mouth. Taking in a deep breath, she peered at her own reflection. She thought back to that white night, half a year ago. Boom, 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 boom. The full purge! I'm crying! Son! Son, the full purge! Yo, the full purge. This, she decided, was nothing compared to that. 6 months ago at the Kwanji estate, a hound of white roses, the Wandersnatch that appeared from within the thick fog, had killed Alco 100 times out of 10.
Me anima brutalis, otem eftura necata sunt. Manes sunt, animam definira ambiguum est.
A dark curse shattered Alco's daydream. It was only 30 feet away. The puppet rounded the corner. Either side stood in the shadows, both their forms indistinct. The puppet gave no warning. Without preamble, it swiftly fired a Gandor barrage. Just as Alco planned, the curses fizzled out as they hit her mist-like barrier of magical energy. The protection would only last a few seconds, giving her just enough time to... Come on! Its stretchable spear sprang towards Alco's face.
Bingo!
The lethal weapon grazed her cheek. All her experience analyzing puppet attack patterns gave her the wherewithal to evade. What the fuck is a wherewithal? Wherewithal. The necessary resources or means needed to accomplish a specific task or achieve a goal. I'm learning. It was one thing if a puppeteer were pulling the strings, but autonomous dolls had their limitations. Alco had bet everything on this killing machine for following a predefined template. The puppet would use a given attack for a given range, and she could adjust her tactics to that. Now's my chance! Before its arm had a chance to fully retract, she charged the puppet. It was a risky gamble, but her overall chances were slim to begin with. The scales tipped in her favor. If her predictions were correct, there were 2 ways she would die. One was a fin shot showered... what? One was a fin shot fired at that range. And the other The other was if the puppet's attack pattern was beyond her ability to foresee. Instantaneous mass transfer, otherwise known as mass displacement. Immediately after Alko dodged the puppet's arm, something smashed into her abdomen. The head-on collision from its shoulder felt like a rocket. But where had the ability to propel itself come from? Puppets like this were not built to have the ability to jet around like that. Doing everything in her power to stay conscious in spite of the pain, Aoko could just make out what had happened. It wasn't propelled, it was pulled. Yes, the puppet's arm had not returned to its body. It was lodged in the wall and reeled itself from the other direction. It could do that? Swallowing her surprise, she hastily pulled herself back up. Her abdomen, specifically her diaphragm, had been dealt a significant blow. The attack left her disoriented. Thankfully, the puppet was surprisingly lightweight. Her bones and organs were intact, and she had sustained no life-threatening damage. She was having a hard time breathing. However, she was shaken. Though she managed to keep her calm, in another 2 seconds, she'd be back on her feet. No, that was 2 seconds too long. Whiplash sound? Yeah, for real. Like, holy moly. She told herself to calm down, but she was already calm. She had only briefly lost her bearings. She was fine. She could recover her breath and her vision later, if only her body would move. Above her, Alko could hear the warped noise of a powerful force. Come on, legs. We've got to get to where? She could not feel. She could once more feel the touch of death. The puppet was so close that Alko could reach out and touch it. That also meant that it could reach out and kill Alko. I need to get my right arm into its blind spot. By intuition alone, Alko rolled over to the puppet's right flank. Its arm was still embedded within the wall. From here, it could not attack. She made the right decision, and her dizziness faded. Cast off righteousness. Lay piety to rest. We beasts are meant to consume each other. Life is but a decoration. Throw away your intellect. Pain powers the mind. Alko pulled herself back up. It was her turn. What? Oh, that's gotta be really surreal. Oh, yikes, that's really uncanny. It was only an instant. Within this labyrinth of mirrors, she saw an image of herself.
We salvatum.
We die. A blinding, brilliant light flashed. Lacerations appeared all across the wall. At the last moment, Aoko managed to thicken the magical energy running through her veins into a primitive form of magic resistance, or magecraft resistance. It just barely saved her life from what must have been the puppet's ace in the hole. Why you? The puppet bore a striking resemblance to Aoko. This powerful curse was not satisfied without stopping Aoko's heart, but destroying her entire being. Aoko did not even have the time to be shocked. This was her chance for a counterattack. The puppet's balance was unsteady. Its right arm still embedded in the wall. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Aoko prepared to give its defenseless body a strong kick, but her knees buckled, and she collapsed into a heap on the floor.
Vevo insomni, solitare putores cuniferis. Ictius meus obitus dies, et meus natibus dies, Theobeam.
In slumber I live, in dirt I rot alone. Today is the day I died and was born. I come to you. A sudden nausea and lightheadedness overcame Aoko. Her body temperature began to rapidly lower. Aoko CD. True! Wait, holy true. Actually, holy true. Boom. I know this motherfucker did not do that. I was about to say, I know his ass did not play that. Okay. I'm getting notifications like everywhere, bro. This whole time it was spreading its curses? The whole time? I think I said that sentence horrifically wrong. She noticed too late. The puppet's curses circled the hall. The cursed chant that the puppet used as a source of power doubled as a defense mechanism, crippling those who drew near with illness. She bore the full brunt the entire time she was in close proximity to it. Although Aoko had magic circuits, she was succumbing just as Sojiro had. What the fuck is that word? Languidly? Languidly. Languidly is... Wow, that is... You know what? Fair enough, I guess. What does it mean? A relaxed, sluggish, or slow movement done with little to no physical effort. Languidly, she forced her deteriorating body to jump back. Interesting. Okay. I'm not done yet. I can't scream. So I would be like so much more energetic if I didn't do these at like fucking 11:38 p.m. With all the energy she could muster, she forced her way back, her way past the exhaustion caused by the curse. However, Aoko's blood pressure took a steep nosedive, not from the curse-induced I forgot how to pronounce that word. Fuck. Anemia. But from what appeared in front of her. They stood in perfect harmony. In front of Aoko was the automata that shared her face, its left arm held out like an arrow. The deadly weapon shot forward and honed in on her heart. Then, a moment before it made contact. Watch out! The moment she heard that fearless voice, completely out of place in the storm of violence, Aoko's body was pulled forcibly to one side. Once again, the extending arm cut through empty air. But the puppet quickly retracted. While the puppet quickly retracted his left arm, Sojiro took the brief opportunity to take Aoko by the hand and flee at full speed. Holy sheebar. Sojiro ran through the corridor as fast as he could, only stopping when he had put enough distance between them and the puppet. I was thinking, and... we had saved her. She looked angry rather than grateful. Can't let my, my streaks die. Hold up. My streaks have to continue. Alright, bang. Okay, let me put it right to here. Put it bang. Alright. This did not keep Sojiro from saying his piece.
明日はどうも忙しいみたいなんだ。
Tomorrow's going to be a really busy day for me, so... In other words, let's finish this today. Rather awkward proposal. Alko remained silent. She was also rather angry. Not that she could not figure out what he meant, what made him tick. Nor because he'd returned after escaping. Not even because he was sprouting his typically airheaded lines. It was, she supposed, that instant. The fact that when he grabbed her hand, her mind had gone completely blank. Alko found it unforgivable. Which beckoned the response.
あなた、正気？
You insane? In the heat of the moment, she blurted it before she could stop herself.
それとも自殺願望でもあったわけ？私もあいつも、あんたなんか殺す対象に過ぎないのよ。
Or maybe you've got a death wish. Don't you realize that either of us could kill you with a snap of a finger?
少なくとも、恩を売る相手じゃない。
At the very least, I don't owe you a damn thing.
言っとくけど、私、助けられたぐらいで曲がる信念は持ち合わせていないから。
Saving my life doesn't change a thing between us. Sojiro nodded, clearly unperturbed.
青崎がそんな可愛らしいもんじゃないのは、この夜だけで骨身に染みてるよ。
Don't worry, Aozaki. If tonight taught me anything, it's that you're more ruthless than that. She found herself slightly offended.
けど君は勘違いをしてるから、少し正そう。
But I think you need to get one thing straight.
あいつの狙いは青崎だけじゃない。君だけじゃなく、俺も殺す気だと思う。
That thing isn't just trying to kill you. I think it's trying to kill me as well. She was having none of it. Her eyes shot daggers in Daggers' way.
話は最後まで聞く。どうしてかっていうと、1階の入り口あるだろ？あの細長い通路。
Before you chew me out, you need to know something. Do you remember the first floor entrance at the end of the long hallway?
なんでかあそこから先に進めないんだ。逃げたくても逃げ出せなくて、仕方なく戻ってきた。
Didn't she do that? Jaboner. Jabrona. Orange. Jaboner. Hi, Pommy. See, I've started like stimming at this point. That's how far into the stream I am. I'm just stimming now. I'm gonna say that in Koa's chat. I don't care. I'm lurking in there because I can. I say jaboner. Anyways. Well, it's blocked. I tried my best to find a way out, but no luck. There was no choice but to turn right back. Aoko's eyes widened ever so slightly in amazement. She felt admiration rather than shock that her enemy would go to such lengths.
それに、さっきので完全に敵扱いされた。あの人形、こっちをじろっと睨んできたし。
Blah blah blah. Besides, it was hostile to me too earlier. I could tell by how it was glaring at me.
いや、一瞬でよく見えなかったけど、生きた心地しなかったな。青崎も気をつけた方がいい。多分よっぽど
He's
怖
about
い
to
顔
get
してい
chewed
る
out.
に
Oh
違いないぞ。
no, he's about to
おい
get murdered. Alko's gonna slap the shit out of him. It's over. Well, it happened so fast and that I didn't really get a good look at it. But it was really unsettling. You should be careful. That thing. She sure has this terrifying face.
それはご親切にどうも。
Gee, thanks.
なんでこれはもう他人事じゃないんだ。
I'm fucking dead, bro. You bet. I mean, yeah, I can't pretend like this isn't happening to me.
青崎と人形。結論として、どっちが勝っても俺は殺されてしまうんじゃないか？
Whichever of you wins, I'm a dead man either way, right?
そうね。そこまでやってるなら、目撃者は消すでしょうね。私みたいに。
Can't argue with that. If it's willing to go as far as to seal off the entrance, then it'd probably kill any witnesses as well. At least that's what I'd do.
だろ？でも、俺はあいつには殺されたくない。
Right? I don't want her to be the one that who kills me.
Eh?
Wait, what? His words were decisive. As Aoko looked up at him, she could swear he was trying to encourage her. It was then that she realized. Sojiro was looking even worse than before.
ちょっと待って。大丈夫なのあなた。
Hey, are you okay?
まあ、醤油を一升瓶飲むよりは。
For the people on Twitch, ad break is starting soon. If you want to get rid of ads, consider subscribing. Unfortunately, unlike YouTube, it is not free. But you can change your mind later. So that's something that both have. Both YouTube and Twitch have. You can change your mind later. If you don't like it. If you all of a sudden you decide to hate me, you want me dead, then yeah, you could just turn off your subscription, and you know I would just like I'll just combust right on the spot, bro. I'll just like explode, right then and there, like it's done. So if you really hate me that much, then go for it. I'll do it for the content. True. I'm gonna pause here while ads are going, by the way. If you haven't gotten an ad already. We're gonna pause here for a second while ads are going through because I feel bad because it's a primarily story game. It's not like it's like a half story, half gameplay. It's not like an ad is gonna pop during gameplay. Damn, I forgot you were streaming. Yeah. Almost 1K subs. Dude, please! I need to hit 1K. Oh my god. I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm like 15 away, bro. I'm actually 15 away. This fucking koala, bro. This fucking koala. Anyways. You were late to stream? Yeah. I was supposed to stream at 10. I didn't go live for like another like hour. Almost. So, I was very late today. I was hashtag late. Well, I'm better than if I'd drunk an entire bottle of soy sauce. He tried to make light of the situation. Also, welcome back from ads, people. He tried to make light of the situation, but his forehead was clearly drenched in sweat.
そうか。さっき人形に近づいたから。
Right. It's because he was close to the puppet just now. How could he possibly be able to withstand a curse that even made Aoko nauseous? She bit her lip, annoyed at herself for not noticing this earlier. Sojo was such an airhead that she hadn't even paused to consider his plight.
下で隠れていようとか思わなかったの？その方がどう考えても安全でしょ？
Why didn't you consider trying to hide in the basement? That would have been the safest bet, wouldn't it? She really could not understand him at all.
それは青崎が言うセリフじゃないな。
Should really take your own advice sometimes, Aozaki.
でもまあ、長話をしている時間もない。そろそろ追いついてくる頃だ。
But hey, this is no time to be chatting. She could catch up at any moment. He turned to look around and look down the corridor. The crackling sounds of a music box could be heard creeping forth from the darkness.
さっき1階にて考えたんだ。君がやられても俺は殺される。なら、まず奴をどうにかするべきだ。
I was thinking about this while I was on the first floor earlier. If it kills you, I'm next. And that's why we should deal with it first.
あなた、何が言いたいの？
What are you getting at? She asked a question to which he already knew the answer. She did it to put him to the test. If he wavered even a little, she would have killed him where he stood.
提案。あいつをやっつけるのに協力したら、俺のことは見逃してくれる？
My proposal is, if I agree to help you kill that thing, will you let me go?
助けられたぐらいじゃ信念は曲げないって言ったでしょ？
I thought I made it clear that helping me wasn't going to change my mind.
それに、あなたに何ができるっていうの？
And besides, what do you think you're going to do to it anyway?
それは青崎が考えてくれ。得意だろ、そういうの。
Oh, that's your end of the bargain, Naozaki. This is your area of expertise, right? The commander who had an overall picture was responsible for delegating roles to their team. It was futile to depend on someone who was unable to grasp the situation or evaluate the enemy's strength. Sojiro was proud to share that he knew this. He spoke the truth. Aoko was the only one who knew both Sojiro and the automata. You can make it different. You can make it right. You can make it better. We don't have to fight. Bam, bam. You can make it never. Starting with tonight. 'Cause you can make it change. Ooh. Ooh, I'm so getting this. Hold on. Oh, I so know I can. Wait, I know I can do this. Hold on. I might have to sub the McFlurry because I don't like M&Ms or Oreo. And I might have to sub the cookies for like apple pie. But low key, I could so do this. Should I do this for a stream? Wait, I'm gonna run this by. I'm gonna run this by someone real quick. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna ask Koa. I'm lurking in her stream right now. Do I do it for a stream? I might just do it in general, though. I feel like I could do it. Yeah, I feel like I could do it. Alright, alright. I'm doing it on... I'm gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna eat the McCrelly meal on stream. I think it's so light. A double quarter pounder meal with cheese. Right? No sauce or pickles. 2 large Diet Cokes with ice. 2 chocolate chip cookies, which I'm gonna sub for apple pie. I'm gonna do some subs. Large chocolate shake, which I'll sub for vanilla shake. I don't... Anything that has to do with chocolate, I'm subbing it. Because I don't like chocolate. I can't do chocolate. And I'll sub the McFlurry. I'll do like a fucking plain McFlurry or something. I'll just like sub the Oreos and sub the M&M. A 20-piece with no sauce and extra fry. That's so light. It's so light. That's not even that difficult. It's so light. Food review stream? Low key, I might actually change something. You know what? Oh, I just opened up Spotify. I'm actually gonna change something. Hang on. I'm changing an incentive. I think this is better. I mean, I'll probably do it anyways, but... Okay. Yep. All right. I changed something. I'll obviously reveal it when it gets a little closer. So you guys know, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the McCrelly. If we hit a certain goal. But you'll see it. You'll see eventually. We're gonna do a little... We're doing a little change, because I think it's more worth than what I had originally. Alright, back to locking in. That was why he pointed out that following her orders to the best of his ability was the only thing he could do. May have seemed as though Sojiro had surrendered his capacity for self-thought, but in accepting that he was helpless, he was in fact giving Aoko his complete trust.
じゃあ、私の指示に 100% 従うってこと？
Fine then. So you'll do exactly what I tell you to do.
ああ。それに、これは恩とか義理の話じゃない。
I will. And just so you know, I'm not doing this out of a sense of obligation or anything.
一人だと分が悪いから二人でかかるだけだ。善意でも行為でもない。取引って言わないか、こういうの。
It's just obvious that none of us had had a chance on our own. This isn't goodwill or kindness. It's transaction. His eyes sparkled as if this was bartering in its true form. Bartering?
まったく。
Oh my god. This child must have learned that from Tobimaru, Aoko thought. Though she refused to let him see it, she smiled inwardly. Sure, he had gotten the best of her just now, but there were times when defeat was not the worst outcome in the world.
労働と報酬ってわけね。それなら理にかなってる。
Honest pay for honest work. Makes sense. Hold on, I gotta find something. Oh, okay. Wait, oh yeah, here it is. Okay. I'm going to hashtag get notified when that happens, because I would love that. I think that is hilarious. Oh. Sorry bot? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Um. Oh, hi, Keggery. I didn't even notice that you showed up because my OBS was minimized. I am just not doing anything right now. What the fuck is going on with me right now? Also, hashtag shacking it. This guy here said, don't worry not. Okay. Huge. Alright. I'll probably go for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna end, because I'm hungry. I have not eaten anything since, like, I don't know, 3 o'clock, and it is 12 a.m. So, I'm gonna go for a little bit longer. Also, you dumbass. Lamau.
言いたくないけど。
And I hate to admit it, but... She relaxed her shoulders? Her shoulders inside. Her face cracked into a wicked grin, as if her fears had suddenly washed away.
それ、結構私の好みよ。
Your plan is just my style. What the fu- Oh, shit, what did I do? Oh shit. Might have to... Ah! I accidentally went back a bit.
じゃ
Have a
あ
big butt? Huge.
ああ、それにこれは恩とか義理の話じゃない。
Wait.
一人だと分が悪いから。
Okay. Yep, here,
労働それ
Alko repaid Sojiro's trust in equal measure.
結構きついかもね、あなたの役目。
Just so you know, this is gonna be pretty tough for you. Alko warned Sojiro, moving as fast as she could without her footfalls causing a din of noise. Sojiro remained near the center of the spiral maze on the second floor.
実を言うと、もう一つ用意しておいた仕掛けがあるの。
I'll let you in on a secret. I've another trap up my sleeve.
自分でもやりすぎだって呆れたもんだけど、あなたがここに来るのが遅かったから。
I think I might have gone
ちょっと
overboard
興に
with...
乗っちゃって。
Fuck. I think I might have gone overboard with this one. But when you didn't show up on time, I just couldn't help myself.
ん？仕掛けって俺用の？
A trap? For me? Sojiro tilted his head like a squirrel as Aoko freely discussed the final ace of her sleeve.
地下の柱に着火型のちょっとした魔術式を刻んでおいたの。中心の柱に点火することで連鎖的に他の柱に仕掛けた魔術も起動する。
I'm telling you, bro. Steam users and their goddamn fucking names and profile pictures. You'll never see this shit on consoles, bro. You'll never see this shit. Like, pick a game and fucking get on it, bro. Oh, you mean the name's Fire Army, bro? I fucking can't, yo. This dude in the fucking corner of my screen talking about some like I can't. Every time I look, you have some different name and a different profile, and it is always the most fucking horrendous shit possible. Steam users try to have a normal fucking name and profile picture challenge. Impossible, bro. Actually impossible. Do you know how many times I've been in collabs with people and they've seen, like, you pop up and I have to explain that I have no idea who that is, or until I click on the fucking profile I realize it's you? Do you know how many times that has happened? You are not. And I'm like, I was like, no, this person. I do not know who this person is. And then I click, and I'm like, shit, I know who this person is, because every single time it's different, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? You know what? As compensation for ruining my mental health for 5 whole seconds, give me your Prime sub. I see it. Give it to me. As compensation, I'm gonna get my lawyers on this. And give me your damn Prime sub. Give me money. Me? Yes, you. You with the Prime sub. As compensation for emotionally damaging my psyche for a total of 5 seconds. Give me your Prime sub. This guy says, I'm crying, bro. I'm crying. This shit is actually so funny. This dude already has it on, like, Celadon or something. It's okay, I understand it. If I do, you gotta run the ones in GGS and GST in the future. Shit, dude, I was gonna do that anyways. Now you're just making me want to do it more. Fuck, I still got the game installed, bro. Time and date, bro. I'll try to be there. Fuck. Time and date. I'm telling you, bro. Time and date. I'll be there. You Vanquish on Alpha? Fuck yes, yo. Bro's actually gaming. Hold on. Let him game. It's time to play the game. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know how to work this. What do you mean? You just click sub and then you press use Prime sub. That's all you gotta do. What do you mean, right. This guy. I engraved an ignition formula into the support pillars in the basement. If I ignite the central pillar, it'll start a chain reaction that'll ignite the rest.
ジャミングを食らう前に作ったものだから、直接魔力を叩き込めば、一気に、こう、いくわ。
I made it before that thing started jamming me, so if I infuse it with a bit of magical energy, it'll go boom. Sojiro was a little unsettled by how unclear that last bit was.
青崎、こうじゃわからない。できるだけ明確に、どこまで爆破する気だったのか白状してくれ。
Aozaki, could you, clarify? Want to know how much you were going to blow me up? Please be honest.
あと、もしかして俺、早まったか？
Also, did I make a mistake agreeing to team up with you?
いや、その単なる保険っていうか。
Don't be silly. It was just an insurance policy. Yeah.
追いかけっこの途中であんたを見失ったら、いっそ建物ごと爆破しちゃおうかなって。
I just thought that if I lost sight of you at any point, I could blow the whole building and you with it. It was her policy to be thorough to a fault, after all. She laughed, embarrassed to hear herself say it out loud.
いくらなんでも徹底しすぎてる。
Don't you think that's overkill? Faced with Aoko's cruelty, Sojiro forgot the situation at hand and protested from the bottom of his heart.
何よ、いいじゃない。そのおかげでなんとかなりそうなんだから。
Stop complaining. At least now we have a way to fight back. She shot back. Aoko dashed down the corridor, mumbling things that would have sent Sojiro packing if he heard them. The strategy was simple. Aoko would use the escape route to the right and avoid the puppet while making her way down to the basement. Upon reaching the central pillar, she would infuse the formula she had prepared with magical energy and escape. Once ignited, it would take about a minute for the chain reaction to spread throughout the whole House of Mirrors, and another minute for the building to collapse. She'd be cutting it a little close, but because she had committed the maze to memory, she was sure she could make it out in time. Aoko assumed that the chain reaction caused by the pillar would clear the barrier that the puppet had placed at the entrance, and even if it was strong enough to withstand the blast, it would not be able to stay standing once the foundations buckled. Sojiro's escape was assured as long as the formula in the basement was activated. Next came the most important part. The automaton was at a disadvantage in the obstacle-laden House of Mirrors and was unable to move at full speed. If it was near the center of the second floor when the building collapsed, it would be caught up and crushed by it. So the problem was keeping the puppet on the second floor until Aoko could make it down to the basement.
当てにしたからね、しずきくん。せめて3分ぐらいは引きつけて。
I'm counting on you, Shizuki. I need you to keep it occupied for 3 minutes. Ideally, he would be able to keep it busy until she could activate the formula. But if that failed to work, him lowering it down to the first floor would be the next best thing. She understood perfectly well the danger she was putting Sojiro in, but his lucky streak and running speed were nothing to scoff at.
ただ逃げるだけなら、もしかしてとんでもないことをしてくれるかも、あいつ。
La 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 la. As long as all he has to do is run, then maybe, just maybe, he can actually pull this off. Aoko made her way through the hidden passage of the maze, her hopes pinned on Sojiro. Meanwhile, well out of earshot, Sojiro was readying himself for another desperate chase. He calmed his beating heart using a method of his own making. What mattered most was that he remained calm. The plan was simple enough. And Aoko's orders were succinct? And easy to understand.
10メートルぐらいの距離を保って できるだけゆっくり通路を3、4周すること。
Keep a distance of around 30 feet and weave through the corridors as slowly as you can around 3 or 4 times.
横道は鏡のつなぎ目で覚えて。ここなら左回りで。
So I can't figure this thing out?
7、
Bro,
2枚目にあるから。
how?
そこをぐるぐる回ってれば比較的安全よ。
Actually, genuinely how? Wait. First Twitch user to ever not understand how to prime sub. Do you just not have one? Like, have you used it? If you can't do it if you're using it on someone currently. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Alright? I'll send it in your DMs. When you... I will literally send it, bro. Hold on. There should be a button right next to that, to the confirmed sub, saying use Prime Sub. It will be right there where that empty space is. Alright? It'll be there. Oh my god, dude, you have to actually click on subscribe. You have to click on it. Broshi. What do you... Buddy. What, you don't see this screen when you click... Hold on. Do you not see... Wait. Oh, wait, what? Hang on. I'm using this as an example. Do you not see this screen? When you click subscribe. Actually, I'll grab one from someone that I'm not subscribed to. Because still, here, right? Nothing like this? You don't see this? You don't? What the fuck? Then you have to be using... Well, no, but... Then what? How do you have the Prime thing, then? Wait. Actually, like... What? Huh? Okay, that's very confusing to me. Never mind then. I don't know. I'm very confused. It should say use Prime subscription. Or Prime sub. I don't know then. Whatever. I'm gonna finish this page and I'm going to end anyways because I'm hungry, like actually fucking starving. Count the mirrors as you move to locate the hidden passages. From here, they are on the 6th, 3rd, 7th, and 2nd mirrors, counterclockwise. Use those and you should be relatively safe. Alright. we're gonna put a bookmark right here because I'm really hungry and I want to eat something. I need to. But thank you everybody for coming around. Obviously these are shorter streams if you are new to these, specifically the Witch on the Holy Night streams. They are shorter. They're not as jam-packed as my other streams usually are. But we will, I'm gonna post the schedule out today, most likely, and after I eat. I'll post out the schedule. Might be a very interesting week, considering I've got some, I have collabs, but they're not, I don't think they're officially announced yet. And I won't be streaming my POV for them. So I'll announce when they happen, in the Discord. So you'll see me on other people's channels, not necessarily on mine. But I will try to make, to sneak in a few streams, especially because, I want to finish Weird Route, and I also want to, continue our ranked grind, as well as, some other stuff as well. So, yeah. But next time you guys see me will actually be tomorrow. We're probably going to do Weird Route tomorrow. And I'll figure out some of my other stuff. Later on. We are gonna go right into Koa because Koa is also reading stuff, and you know we both read on Sundays, so we might as well read straight into her. Yeah. That's about it from me. I'll see everybody again tomorrow for more Deltarune. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. We'll continue on next week. I want to make this last as long as I possibly can. While, you know, relatively making at least a little bit of progress. July isn't as stacked as June is when it comes to collabs. Mostly they're collabs that I am not hosting. So I won't be streaming much this month, but expect a new video soon. Well, not soon, but definitely before the end of the month, expect another video. But that's about it. That's all I've got. Bye, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.